Hey y'all, when I tell you, life has lifed and kicked my ass today. But hey y'all, so welcome to Sunday Service Live. I am on YouTube, I'm on Twitch, I'm on TikTok, I think. We got to find out because I don't know. And I don't want to mess that up if I am. So we're trying to figure out where we at before we get too far into the stream of things. But hey, how's everyone doing today? Welcome in. Life. As you can see, this is not my normal place that I go live at. So what ended up happening is that I had to change locations. We have had gotten a lot of rain and stuff like that here in the past um, day that turned into snow. We didn't have church this morning because it was good and snowy, but that also meant that my basement flooded. Um, so I have decided to transition a good portion of my sewing room up here to my upstairs space. So this is the office room um, that we are currently trying to work out. So let me see if I can show you everything that's happening here. So I'm in Ohio. So I am now in an office. Brought up my sewing machines and stuff like that, and I think overall, this is not a bad setup. I'm not mad at it. Um, welcome. But yeah, I'm in Ohio, y'all. So nothing gets messed up when this happens. Basically, everything is always in plastic bins and all that good stuff. So I'm not worried about it. It's just a hassle to deal with, and it just makes your creativity and stuff tank for a little bit. But it's okay. We will be fine. So let's get started. Again, everyone, welcome to Black Sewing Network Sunday Service. I am your host today, Julian of Julian Creates. Julian Creates on all platforms. And actually, we up here trying to get fancy, y'all. So bear with me. Um, I even got little scenes and everything. This is what we will be making today. And I don't know why this camera decided to change to rotate itself, but you know, we gon' just work with it when it comes to it, y'all. So bear with me. There we go. Um, yeah. So there we go. Why do me that way? I ain't asked for that. But yeah, today so we will be making this, which is my latest KnowMe pattern. This is KnowMe 2131 or 2113. I'm sorry, and it is a perfect time to make this with it being Black History Month. So, of course, as a Black designer, I'm really excited that both Black Sewing Network as well as Sew Your View decided to feature my pattern this month. So, yep, I'm on TikTok. We trying something. We'll see how this is. So with TikTok, of course, I cannot see the streams of like the comments and stuff over here on Restream. So I do have it up on my iPad in my corner this way. We have my phone that's pointed down at there it is. The phone is pointed down to my main computer, and then I will use my main camera here when I want to turn to use my serger. One of the great things, and I feel like I need to honor the history of where, especially the shirt that we'll be making is coming from. It is based off of a pattern that came out in 1983 by another Black designer, another Black pattern designer by the name of Willie Smith. So this is the original pattern that I based my design off of. So he was the designer of a sportswear brand called Willie Wear. He started designing patterns in the 70s for, I want to say it was Butterick, before coming out with his own unisex line of clothing called Willie Wear. in the 80s. Sadly, he passed away from HIV or AIDS related illnesses in, I think it was the late 80s, around 87 or so. But the fact that I'm able to honor a designer who came before me with my own design is just really is really neat, really fun, and I feel privileged to be able to do that. Hey, Yvonne over here on TikTok as well. So, I've started cutting out my pattern and stuff like that. I was planning to have more of this done, but life, because of course, if you got to move a whole entire room, life, life today. But it's not going to stop us. And actually, overall, for filming wise, this might be the best option. So probably what will move forward is that I will probably keep my sewing machines up here, change this background. I mean, we even try to decorate a little bit. So let me see if I can back y'all up a little bit or show you. I mean, I even brought up my little mannequin and everything. Um, but I don't really have tables here yet. I do have my iron set up. So we're using the Laura Star Smart Eye today. And the rest are, we're using my Burnett B68 and my Burnett B79 as my machines. Um, so yeah, this is what we at. This is what we're doing. Again, here are my fabric choices. So I will be doing the color block version of the shirt, which is UB. And I started to put one of the sides together. Let me show you me. There we go. So yeah, this is where we are starting. So this is just like a regular cotton for the bottom part. I got this from my local fabric store called Silk Rose Textiles. What I like about them, though they do focus a lot on quilting, it is quality fabric so that it is nice to wear. Sometimes quilting cotton can just, it does not wear the way that you would want to wear it. This is a very high quality cotton. It has a nice weight, so it feels more like a shirting than a quilting cotton. The top of this is a fabric by Free Spirits. I think it's called Lineage by Ebon. This is a black designer of fabrics. And if I hear the story correctly, this fabric is based off of like collage of other artworks and stuff that she has come out with that maybe did not meet the muster to be sold. So really highlighting how there's still beauty even in the mess up, and how you can still find beauty in it. So something that I am excited to use. So for this shirt, what is interesting about this is that you do not cut, most of the front pieces and stuff are not cut on the fold. They're cut single layer because of the way that this shirt is made. So you do have, this has an invisible button placket, meaning that when you fold it all together and stuff like that, there's going to be, one side is different from the other. So that's why we cut it separately. There are invisible zippers for the pockets and stuff like that we're going to start with first, because I wanted to do one, but it's okay. So this is my left front, and we can tell that by how long this piece is. The length of this kind of shows you where that this one is going to be folded the the placket. So, but I've already did is one of the first things I did on all the edges, I went ahead and serged the bottoms of it so that when I'm able to put this together, especially for my fronts, I am able to just sew this and press it flat. So I went ahead and finished all of my edges for the bottoms of the like shirt body and the top. They all got finished separately. Now, what I went ahead and did was on this one, I went ahead and sewed it together so that I can, with a straight stitch. Now, there is an invisible zipper. Everybody does their invisible zippers a little bit differently. The way that I like to do it is that I like to baste my opening closed first where the pocket is going to be, baste it closed, and then put the zipper in. So, as you can see here, I have made markings where the dots are for my pocket itself. And what I did here is literally in between here, I reinforced my 2.5 millimeter stitch length. And then I basted here at like a 5, really big. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my invisible zippers and we're going to start to place this down on top of the fabric. And to do that, I'm actually going to make sure that I can show, let's see what this looks like. There we go. And why is this not? And y'all, when I tell you this room is a hot ass mess, it is a hot mess. But so what I am currently doing is now I'm currently focusing on making sure that, oh shoot, is this the way I want to do it? Yep, that's the way it wants to go. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to place my zipper down on top of my fabric here, in between these two lines, and we want the zipper stop or the zipper to start here at the towards the like the center of your chest. Hello, welcome in everyone. Welcome in. I do ask for patience as y'all bear with me today, as life has happened, but we making the best of it. Amen. And what we're gonna do is, luckily, I have so many multiple different tripods and whatnot. So I would not say that this was like oh my God, a hard transition, but it's a different space. So this is not my normal space. And literally this was one of those times that we cleaned just enough so that I can there we go. Turn to that real fast. There we go. So I'm gonna put that down for a second. So we cleaned just enough so that I can then make sure to get everything up. Hey Angel. Hey Mom Shar. Hey Monica. Hey everyone joining me. Hey Will. Hey Brooklyn Timmy. Hey Honorable Court. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Hey Lee Angel over here on TikTok. Hey Charles. Hey Terrence. Again, I am not monitoring the chat really over on TikTok as closely. So if you are really wanting to chat with me or anything like that, definitely come over to YouTube or to over to Twitch as we figure out life. Because again, life. So, and then I will see what is this camera now showing? There we go. Okay. Now let's fix this. There we go. All right. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to start to put my zipper down onto my fabric, meaning that for especially my invisible zip, I'm going to put it right size down after I have already gone ahead and pressed it. And I want to make sure I know where the top part of my zipper is. Now with this, one of the things I will say is that sometimes I open it a little bit because you don't need the edges. I really don't care as much where the zipper stops. The biggest thing is I just need to make sure that it opens and closes correctly when I put it in. And I want to make sure that it closes to the front. Hey Shim. Hey Miss Carol, how are you? Hey Zena. Y'all, so I am also, for those who are over on TikTok, I am also over on I'm on YouTube and I'm on Twitch. So if you're really having a lot of questions and everything like that, that would be the place to come to ask questions. Because I'm not monitoring the chat as much over here, but we are trying something. Hey, Dr. Jen, how are you? Okay. So I'm currently just pinning in my zipper a little bit. Okay. And the way that I'm pinning it is so that I can still unzip it when I need to. So this is what it looks like. Okay. So now we are going to put this in. I am going to be using my invisible zipper foot. So I'm going to change that out here. And one of the things that I can also do, if I can find, also, can we say praise God for coffee? Because, whoo, child, it's going to be needed today. So I'm just making my marks here so I know where my zipper stops and starts. All right, so now, hey, Shamir. So in order to get this the way that I want to, I'm literally folding up. We're doing one side at a time. So I am folding up one side of my seam allowance, making sure that my zipper is opened up, and I'm going to sew this down. Now, if you want to see this more closely, I do have a sew along of me doing this all, which is available on Simplicity's YouTube. So, and it is, I feel, a thorough representation of how I make this shirt. So feel free to go and check that out. I'm probably here soon. I will do the pants. We just ain't did it yet. Because, you know, life and mental health is something. Hello, Kara. How are you? You do not, if you do not want to surge, you do not have to. But you know, the way that I have figured out how to do this shirt in a way that I find to be beneficial for me, I do surge. But honestly, if you just want to zigzag, you will need to finish that bottom hem, but you can zigzag it. That's fine. You can, or you can even do, if you have like pinky shears or something like that, that's also an option. However else you normally like finish your seams will be the way that you need to do it. All right, so we have one side down. Now, basically, what I'm now going to do is do the same thing on the other side. Like I'm pulling up my teeth to make sure they're out the way, putting that into my invisible zipper foot. Hey, how are you? Yes, if you can please definitely like the live. Make sure you're also following Black Sewing Network on all platforms. There you go. I was like, what is it sticking on? And then, well, hey, how are you? So now we've already put like our zippers in the back already. So what I'm going to now do is spread open. Let's see something real fast. I need one of those little neck braces that I can brace around, like, do all my, like, if I was up here trying to not be saved. But what I can now do is I can kind of force away a little bit to see where my seam is. And literally just go in and start to pop that line of stitching with your seam ripper. We're gonna see what it's giving. Y'all just saying that, but arm hair. And then what we'll do is we'll go back and we'll give this a press. But as you can see here, we're already starting to get that zipper that we want. So I'm going to put this back over here. If you like my effort of trying to give y'all camera angles and everything like that, please give me a like and a share. As we up here, child, it feels like I'm fighting for my life today. How about that? Okay, so that's about right. Okay, so now what I'm about to do, this is what this first one looks like. About to give this a quick press. Press. All right. So even though my arm got a little wet, this is our first pocket piece. And then basically what you do is you do that to the next pocket as well. Which I'm about to go ahead and do. So even before, I like to do both of my zippers first, and then I'm able to put in all of my zipper pieces in, like, for my pocket and whatnot. Okay. So I'm gonna grab our other side. And as you can see, I did the same thing for this edge here. And the way that I mark my dots for my actual pocket placement, I'm put little slashes in there. So I'm going ahead and working off of my slashes to make sure I know where the opening and stuff of my pocket is. And then we are just kind of working our way over. Also, is the music loud for y'all? Can y'all hear it? Because if it's not distracting, I'm gonna change it to something I won't listen to. But I won't get in trouble on nobody's internet today. You know? So yes. Hey Tydri, how are you? I know everything started yesterday, so how was everything in store yesterday for in your experience? It's not distracting? Okay. Y'all know we struggling. We are struggling with all of the uh that's not my style of music type of stuff right now. And especially after today. Oh, but see, I want to save it. Okay, we'll keep this because that's the thing. I wanna be able to use it. So it's cool. Hey, Alyssa, how are you? Okay. So yeah, my plan is to just keep this on my page. So oh well, then that's a blessing for you. And also, so again, I'm using all Burnett products. That is my preferred like sewing machine brand, which is a member of the Bernina family. Can I- There we go. So if you have any questions or anything like that about my machines, please let me know. I will be willing to answer those for you. Overall, especially when it comes to a machine, I think it's important for people to know that to get good quality products and stuff like that, you are the magic, not the machine itself. As long as your machine has basics, you good. Um, Crap, you know what? I ain't even listened to my own instructions. I just sewed this all the way across. Jesus. See, this is what happens. Okay. But luckily I know where my picking is. So I'm about to unpick one side, put my pin here, and just unpick these stitches. What I will now do is I will go back in and I will finish up on either side of this. Well, you know what? And that was the other thing, because I know even at the store that I was trying to work at for like a day or two, like they're really only allowed to have one staff member and a manager at a time. So that also don't help nothing, you know? All right. So now we're just going to do this again. This time we're doing a basting side stitch for me, which is on this machine about a 5. Then one stitch up, one stitch back, one stitch up. So I definitely I can understand this price can be a little bit daunting, but compare like especially if you're looking at other Bernina products and wanting things such as the integrated dual feed, the space to the right of the needle. You want the ability maybe to do embroidery and stuff like that. To get into one of those machines, which will actually be smaller, which is number like a 5 series, you're looking at the end. almost $4,000. Where a lot of times you can get a B79 for like 199, 2,000. You can get a B77 for like around $1,000. And especially if you are not an embroiderer, that's a great option to have. And it comes with a lot of things, such as the multi-directional feet, or the multi dimensional foot. So like you can step back on it, cut your threads and stuff like that. Needle up, needle down. It has the Bernina interface in your screen here. Um, Good form factor, but also you don't have to go into the full ecosystem, meaning that it uses class 15 bobbins. It uses more like feet that you can normally get and don't have to go fully into the Bernina side of things, which I love. But especially for accessibility purposes, I really do like using a machine that I know other people who, when they see it, they can also be able to buy and use. So. All right, I'm about to take this over to the iron real fast. Press this. All right, that's done. And here's the thing: when I had to like run downstairs to grab all my stuff, um, it feels like everything is a little bit everywhere. So bear with me as we get stuff together so that I can even be able to do things. Also, so I bought one of the things, especially as I'm currently today using my Laura Star Smart Eye Iron. So this is the um, don't judge me. Um, Shoot, I don't even know if y'all can fully see it. So literally, I set up in a closet and stuff like that. But this is the Smart Eye. So this has the integrated ironing board that also does the that has vacuum board, so it can vacuum down, it can suck up. It has the bypass for turning off, all that good stuff. So that's what I'm using today. So what I'm now about to do is I'm about to go ahead and press my zipper open real quick on this one. So pressing your invisible zippers basically just helps to make sure that everything works the way that you want it to, and that it does not curve in on you as you are sewing. Okay. So now what I went ahead and did is I just made my marks again where my zipper is going to go. I'm going to lay this down right sides down on top of my zipper, making sure that the start of my zipper is going to face the inner part of my chest. And we're going to just press that down. And I try to center it, but not too close to the center. There can be a little bit of space, just a little bit of space. And then I'm gonna press this through just one side of this. Actually, let's do it this way. Fold it down, start on one side. I'm going to just do it like this. But how's everyone's Sunday going? Did anybody else get snow? Because is anybody else as tired of snow as I am? Because when I tell you, and I will say I'm proud of myself. I've been working out and whatnot, but to have to quickly transition some machines And surgeries are a lot heavier than you think, so my back is hurting currently. But overall, I'm not mad at this setup. The reason I'm not looking at I keep on forgetting that though I have the camera here, my computer that I can see myself is here. I probably should just move. I need to rejig this the next time, but that's the next time thing. So what I'm currently doing is just going to make sure that I have put in all of my pins in place to kind of hold my zipper in place. We will then re-put on my invisible zipper foot to actually do this. So I'll so I'm in a new setup because my basement flooded, and instead of trying to rush to clean that up, it was easier for me to bring this upstairs. Well, look, this note just kind of came out of nowhere. Thank you, thank you, Brooklyn Sammy, for just rubbing that in my face. How about that? Well, it's the joys of Cincinnati, and we did have a lot of rain. Sadly, I was hoping that the ground will be too wet to do that, but sadly no. But then also puts it in perspective because sadly there have been some extreme flooding in in where am I thinking of? Kentucky. And sadly there was some loss of life. So me and my little puddle in the basement, we ain't about to be mad, you know, because we still got life, still got power. Um, though I have to deal with a nuisance that I know how to deal with. Um, you know, I'm fine. Family's fine. The important stuff is cool. So it's all about perspective. So while I'm dealing with a nuisance, it ain't that bad. I'm okay. We ain't gonna be too crazy about it. And honestly, in many ways, especially for filming, this is a lot easier setup. As you can see, um, though, like my cutting table is not in my space. Um, my iron is. I don't have. You're not seeing me having to walk around a lot of space. Um, it's easier to light. Overall, it's not the background is not bad. Probably within the next few weeks, if I kind of continue to move everything up here, I will do some more work to make sure everything is pretty. I just threw up. This was a disappearing 9 patch that I did with Rosalind and Dr. Jen. We just threw that up behind me because I didn't like the backdrop I had on the wall, and this works. Also, especially for like meetings and stuff, um, this would be easier to use. So again, it's a truly a blessing in disguise that I finally something that I've been having to do for a long time, because it makes more sense. I'd rather deal with iguanas than snow. I'm just saying. Give me a lizard. Give me what was the little lizard's name on the Magic School Bus? Coco? No. Out. Go lay down. Now, see, that's going to be go lay down. Night night. Night night. So that's going to be the most, in many ways, difficult thing to deal with is my dog up here. Go lay down. No. No. Go lay down. Just because my dog loves attention. Um, and now that in the basement, like, hey, Miss Carrie, how are you? Um, I was able to find, you know, there's nothing down there that she could get into, mess up, and all that good stuff. Meanwhile, up here, child, you better learn how to make some iguana soup, or stew, or something. I heard they taste like chicken. Okay, so we got one side in. So next side, so we have one side of my zipper already in. Now we're going to put the other side in. And the biggest thing now is just making sure that I can get my... Now, no, my dog been asleep all day. But now she up here wanna jump frog me. Right. So now we are currently just putting in the zipper here. All right. So now we've done that part. And now because of the way that I did my hold on. Yeah, because she ain't about to do this to me all day. We have put it in place that she has everything she needs. Hey Tazi, the rain was crazy yesterday. Yeah, flooding was bad. But yeah, my dog up here, she she think it's her time to. I'm ready to go now. I hear your voice and you're talking to somebody and it's not to me. And I now want attention. Ma'am, this is not what we're about to do. So now what I'm doing is I'm opening up this pocket here. Luckily, with this shirt, I would say that once you are able to put your pockets in, everything else pretty much is a very quick, easy process. One side's open. All right, so we're going to pull out all of our little basting stitches here, and we're going to give this side a press real fast. All right. So now we have both of our zippers in and done. So now we're going to focus on finishing up pocket bags themselves so that we can start doing that part. So now for the pocket bags, is literally just a piece of straight fabric. I don't know if I actually finished them or not, so we'll have to find that out too. Okay. Thank you. Actually, what's great about this one, so this is by Free Spirit Fabrics, but this is by Ebond, is the designer of this, and she's a Black designer for the top part of this shirt. All right. So now we're going to take, these are my pocket pieces, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to run them through the serger real fast, just so that I can serge all my edges of my pocket. So let me see, make sure y'all can see that. There we go. And then moving, of course, I forgot to bring my thread stand up. And I think you'll be able to see that like in some of my spaces, my stitching is not perfect because where my thread stand was. So. This thread stand really does help to make sure that everything is, the tension is right when you're serging. Next piece. So as people are starting to gear up for some of the Joann's closing, are the Joann's closing by you? Let us know. Are you having to face that, and what are your plans? right. You're losing 4 around you. I am. I think in last count, I'm losing. Um, I'm also losing 5. Technically, I'm losing 5 around me. Oops. There we go. All right. So we have all of our pockets surged real quick, so we can start to. I find that doing this surging step makes it easier when I want to just sew them in. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to take one of my front pieces. What we can already do also too, we're going to cut off some of the excess of my zippers. Actually, it's easier to do this from the top first. And for this, you don't need to use like your, I find it easier to put this on not with my invisible zipper foot, just with my regular zipper foot. If I can find it, because life. This is my little whole kit of stuff I got to get so that I can make sure I'm ready to go. So socially awkward said, I'm also losing 4. There's still one near me that I thought would have closed since it doesn't get. Look, one of the ones that they're closing near me is one of their largest stores near me. Now, no, I'm in their like in their headquarters state, and I think they're closing their third largest store near me. Instead of now, one of the stores they just built. I understand you keeping that one open. That's fine. Them other ones, I'm a little like the one closest to my house. I'm mad about that they're closing that one. You know. So let me see if I can help. Make sure y'all can see the comments as well. There you go. Maybe not. That's doing too much. Ciao. Too much. There you go. I'm trying to change something on my screen. There you go. Whatever. Now, okay, there it is. So now, let's go to. Maximize the size. There you go. Well, no. That's a full screen. There we go. We'll do it this way for a little bit. Okay. So now I have installed my regular, like foot to my machine, my regular zipper foot. So now what I'm about to do is I'm going to go ahead and start sewing on my zipper. And literally, I'm just trying to catch a little bit of the zipper tape in this process. On the Pennsylvania-Delaware border. I tell you. So they're closing the one. There was one in Northern Kentucky. So basically, if people want to now go to Joann's, they will have to come into Cincinnati to be able to do that. Um, I will not say that it was my favorite one, but you know. Okay. So literally, to start here, I'm literally just doing like the top and bottom of the pocket. All right. There you go. So pocket is done. Now, what we're going to now do, and actually, hold on. I don't know if I like this. I don't like the way that this went in. So what I am going to do is we're going to take one side of this. It's going to lay weird the way that I caught it. So I'm going to redo this edge. So we'll do that again. And what I will say again, overall, this is not a hard project. Probably just not when my mind is going 40, 50, 11 directions at once, you know? Okay. So one side in the way that I want it to be. Okay. I just want to redo this side and we'll do it this way. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So you want to basically make sure that the pocket can fold down nicely. And so in able to do that, you want to make sure that the top part is on the like the top of the pocket is on the outside kind of the inside of the fabric, if that makes sense. I'll show you. So I'm not a fan of online shopping because I can't feel and the colors are different. I definitely understand that. Honestly though, um, I shop by vibes anyway, even when I am in store. So normally I'm not fully always looking for. I don't mind. I shop by vibe. Like whatever something makes me feel like, ooh, that looks fun. That's normally what I'm buying. You know. So what I just did here is I wanted to make sure that on the inside, that the inside of my pocket on the top part is kind of towards the outside. So it's going to be the closest to your chest. If it was on the inside, it was going to create a weird fold and fold over the actual like pocket zipper and stuff like that. So now that it is like fully flat here, when I press it, everything will look nice. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and close up the side seams, the pocket as well, making sure to miss, like you're going to fully miss the front of the shirt as you do this. So I think one of the things that can help people, especially as um, they start to embark on like online garment shopping, definitely make sure you get a swatch book. A swatch book, because sometimes the way they be calling these fabrics be real interesting. So making sure that you have that swatch book with a swatch of it can help you better understand of what you are getting when you're looking at fabrics. Also, you're gonna have to start looking at weights of fabrics, such as the was it grams per meter or ounces, like of denim and stuff like that. Um, and it might be beneficial to go ahead and like grab samples and swatches of the different denims and different things like that at like an 8 ounce, a 10 ounce, a 12 ounce, and some of the smaller ones, so that you can then be able to know like, ooh, I know for pants or something like that, I prefer something of this weight, and I want it to look this way. Okay, I'm gonna press this again real quick. Okay. So we have one pocket done with our zipper there. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is do just a small few lines of stitches on either side as a bar tack to hold these in place. Then we're going to do the other side right quick. And then we'll move on to doing the back real quick. So you got a 10 ounce, and it did not, you did not feel like it was like a standard. Well, and I think maybe it's good to also write on it like where you got this, where you got the sample and stuff like that. This is what it was described as. And honestly, let's be real. I think some places um, they don't even fully be knowing what they got. You know? So I tell you, they really about to have us out here moving like crackheads trying to find places to buy fabric. But I mean, you're also in Chicago area, so I think for y'all, it definitely is not going to be as detrimental, um, because you have professional places and stuff that you can go to, which I think is super super helpful. The rest of us, it was that some of the pre-cuts at Joann's, maybe, and yeah, we was in the desert of the fabrics, but you know, we will be all right. We will survive. We will thrive in this time. Okay. About I'm worried about needing last minute notions. So yeah, the last minute notions piece is definitely something that I think like what we're all going to have to figure out a way to deal with. And I ain't found it. I have not figured that part out yet. Like, what do you do for those last minute notions? I think sometimes, like, if you have a Walmart in your area that still has, most of them still have those notions. Michael's does sell notions. So, like, there are places to go for notions. So, I'm just doing the pocket again on this other side. And then, what we'll start doing is, yeah, I went a little bit too far here. So, I am going to you always want to make sure that you're not going all the way to the edge, just so that you can have some to like turn out when you are starting to do up the sides of the pocket, even if it is just like a quarter of an inch. Because when it comes to the pocket and stuff like that, I don't pay attention to near bit of the seam allowance instructions. As long as it closes and it catches, that's all that matters. Hey y'all, hey Levette, how are you? For those who are on my TikTok, y'all over here to me. I do have y'all chat. I have not been closely monitoring it. If you do have questions or anything like that, please feel free to join me over on um, YouTube or Twitch. So yeah, I think for me, definitely, I mean, I don't have no issue going to Wawak. Wawak, I've been using Wawak almost since the start of my sewing time. I learned about them. So many ways, Wawak is probably going to be my best option for many things. But if like that last minute zipper when I got something due, is probably going to end up having to be a shop to Walmart or to um, for me because of just ease and self care. Sometimes I gotta go to Hobby Lobby or even just do the pricing. Like I got these zippers at Hobby Lobby because I'm like, even on sale, other places are $2.99 a zipper or something. Hobby Lobby has them for 99 cents. So that, and I know the people. I like to support the people who I know work there. who do not, who's who need their money, but values do not align with the brand. You know, so. So, and you know, and that is definitely cool. But sometimes when I'm going there, it's because I want to make it today. I have the notion to do it today. Okay. It's going through the zipper. That's why it's kind of making that sound. All right. So we have both of our pockets done. Both pockets are done here. Now, before I do I bring up the instructions is the question. That will come in helpful too, just slightly. So I can remember one piece of it. And if I didn't, it's okay. Okay, it's cool. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is start working on my placket pieces. So I have my marks for my center front. I'm going to go ahead and fold at my fold lines here. So I know where my fold line is. And then on the inside, I'm going to go ahead and turn in my seam allowances, and then so that I can turn this all in. So, and do that on the short side first. And I did bring up a seam guide. So let me turn in my 5/8 first. And actually, what we're going to do too is I'm going to take this, I'm going to do like that. That's y'all all up in my scalp. Do like that. And then do like, oh, maybe, hold on. And then maybe do like this. No, don't. It will help if I turn it this way. There we go. All right. So first we're gonna do, and voila. How does that look? Got a little light over here. Okay. Turn in 5/8 of an inch. So we have one of our fronts already done and taken care of. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this right here. And this is just me pressing this in place. So I'm not doing all of the folding and everything like that yet. It's just pressing in place. So now, on the left side, it is a few more little steps. And for that, actually, what I'm going to do is, oops. So if y'all can bear with me for a minute, I am going to let my dog out. And I want to make sure that I explain this correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the pattern instructions just to make sure that I have those up near me because I forgot those downstairs. So I'm going to grab those, let my dog out, and I'll be right back. Give me about 2 or 3 minutes. Make sure my thing don't run away. Okay, we're back. Come here. So y'all, this is the menace. This is Coco. Who'll be doing too much. Say hello to Coco, y'all. Go lay down. Get in your bed. Go lay down. All right. Mm-hmm. Should be doing too much. You hear me? All right. Just wanted to make sure I did all of this correctly. So overall, we did this all right, but instead of going the other way, what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn back along that top edge where I just kind of folded it inward, and we're going to fold it right sides together towards the outside so that I can then press that in place. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to sew this just based across this top edge. This will help in how to make sure that the top edge of this shirt is completed and finished. I know that you're real. So that is going to start looking like that. But we're not really worried about turning it in yet. But this is just kind of what the start of that's going to look like. So now, before we even get to the other side, because there are some pieces that we don't have to do just yet, let me go ahead and put together my back. So before we do anything else, one of the things I did, like as my prep, I went ahead and stay stitched my front pieces. I forgot to stay stitch my back neckline. So I'm going to go ahead and stay stitch that first. And then we will go from there. And my dog will probably love it that y'all all saying cute. She a little ham. Okay. So now, this is what is kind of also different about this pattern is that normally you would have a like two yolks and it would be sandwiched and stuff like that. Because this one uses the facing, there is no sandwiching of yolks. So this is like a single yolk and everything like that. So hence why I want to make sure that I finish all the top edges of my yoke pieces compared to my like to the bottom parts of my shirt, like the body parts of the shirt. So the top edges, they're all finished right now. You know? And like you would do with normally like any type of um, top and you're doing like a yoke. So this together 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. All right, so we have our yoke together. I also went ahead and like pressed in my little pleats. Instead of like a regular full pleat in the back, there are two smaller pleats on either side. So now we're gonna press this open. All right. So we have that done. Now, with this, the pattern calls for you to, you can go ahead and, I'll move y'all down a little bit. Y'all feel real close to me. There you go. So when you are doing this, the pattern itself calls for you to do some like edge stitching or top stitching along the edge. I don't because I have not done the same on the front. If I were to have done that on the front as well, it would have been different. So on all of my shirts, I never do that little bit of edge stitching and folding my seam allowances towards the bottom or the top. I open mine up. I find that because everything else is open, it just leads to continuity in my mind. All right. So now, one thing I forgot to bring up is a spool of thread. So I'm about to go grab that because I'm going to change over my serger to my combo stitch. And that's what we're going to use to put together most of the body of the shirt. So instead of doing a serger stitch as a just finisher, I like to go ahead and do a combo stitch so it gives you the structure and the security of a straight stitch plus all the finishing of your edges, and do it all in one fell swoop. So that's what I do to finish up like my shoulder seams, arm seams, down the sides. All of that gets done on my serger. Even putting in the sleeves themselves are done on the serger. So let me go grab an extra spool of thread and we'll change over my serger to combo stitch. Oh, all right. Got three. Y'all, when I tell you, I'm tired. I also realize I haven't eaten today. And I'm still on my first cup of coffee. Today's coffee du jour is Cafe Bustelo with brewed with cinnamon and sweet and low. So very, very nice spice mix. All right. So I basically do not need my machine to do any other just basic serging for me. So what I'm about to do is change it over to my combo stitch. And of course, I took out all my tools and I left them downstairs. So we're not going to do that today. We're just not. So what I am going to do is I'm going to do it like I normally would. So if you do not have a machine that does a combo stitch, this is normally how I would do all of my stuff. So, chat, look, when I tell you, so as I ask for grace today, please understand, it's because my mind is all over the place today, a little bit. But we trying. I'm trying. Socially awkward said it has been a day for you. Mm-hmm. 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 What's funny is that I also have. There it goes. I had, I was trying to be on point today. I had a little ticker and stuff to roll across. We was trying. I was really trying. But when I tell you, can I overlay this? Let's see what this looks like. All right. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is so just so people don't know that when I'm talking, um, it's not just me. So especially for the people over here, like there's people talking to me, so I'm not just talking to myself. All right. So one of the things I am going to go ahead and do is so I do not use a combo only machine. I use a machine that I currently have is, or I do have a combo machine. Um, I have a B68 airlock from Burnett. I do also have a B62 airlock, so that is a cover stitch only machine. But I do like the combo; it just makes it easy. And then I'm also on a Bernina L860. We trying, I was excited to do this. I'm really excited. Sunday service, I will always holds a good space in my heart. So the one thing I will say is that I might not fully finish this today. I might come back on tomorrow um, to do finishing because I don't think I got it in me to finish it today. But at least y'all probably get me for at least a good 2 hours. So y'all got me for a little bit longer. And if I do that, it will be on all platforms again. It will probably be around 5 p.m. I am going live with Sawyer View tomorrow, I think at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So what does this one look like? There we go. So if that's the case, definitely I will not leave y'all hanging for too long, and I will definitely come on and finish this tomorrow. But the way my back is cussing me out, I know I ain't got too much longer in me. But normally, I would say that this is a easy 2-3 hour shirt. It is not hard, especially once you already have things like pre-set up. The pre-setup really does help to make sure that things makes it easier for you to knock it out pretty quickly. I think me having to change out the chairs was the last bit that did me in because these chairs is heavy. Just so that we can see it all bigger. There we go. Just so y'all knew that it wasn't just me talking. There we go. Okay. We'll go back to this way. All right. So I went ahead and sewed on my thing at the shoulder seams. I mean, you got the pockets. What did you think? Did you find them pretty simple to do? So I'm using Restream. I like Restream because with Restream I can stream also to TikTok. Um, so that's what I started using this one before um, TikTok pissed me off, and now that I was one of those people who was like F TikTok and deleted it off my phone. So now I'm up here like, I'm trying to decide if I really want to, if we spending the block on each other. And I ain't fully decided yet, but all right. So, well, good. Did you do it the way that I did it, or did you, Amina, did you do it the way I did it, or did you do it the way the instructions say? Those are two. So I think you have to understand, especially the instructions are coming from a library of instructions of how people have done things over the years. But I think each of us figure out as designers what works best for us. And because I don't do invisible zippers often, it's not something that you see a lot in men's clothing. That's the way that I find it the easiest for me to do. So that's the reason I do it that way. Okay. So we have our shoulder seams all done. What I'm now going to do is tomorrow I will be on all the same platforms. So I will go ahead, probably when I get off now, I will go ahead and do a schedule it again. I'll be on Twitch, I'll be on YouTube, and I'll probably be on TikTok again. Probably around 5, give me about 5:30 tomorrow. Hey Tiffany over on TikTok. Um, but yeah, but I do want to try to get a little bit more done. I'm going to wait. Like there's still some construction pieces I want to wait on, but before we can get to that, I can go ahead and even though I did like my shoulder seams, there's still the. I probably will go ahead and start doing the placket and the facing piece real quick, and get to buttonholes. So I might not do buttonholes on camera. But that is what's next. What's interesting about this pattern is that where normally you would do buttonholes at the end, this one it comes a lot earlier in the process before you actually put the whole shirt together. So basically, once I put in place my left placket, that's when we start doing like left placket, and then you do your facing pieces. Once that happens, that's when buttonholes and stuff happen. So okay. So what I am about to do is I'm going to press my shoulder seams towards the back real fast. All right, so we have everything kind of started here. Before we finish up this piece, I'm going to go ahead and just put together my facings. All right, so we have our facing pieces. I want to just trim up my seam allowances. And I went ahead and finished up my edges of these as well. So what we're gonna do, right sides together, matching up my notches. And we're just gonna sew these together and then press the seam allowances open. And hopefully tomorrow also, I'm gonna figure out, I don't like the way I'm able to show my machine camera. So I'm gonna try to figure out a better method for the machine camera. Um, like figure out which is my, like what is going to be my best angle for the machine camera a little bit. Um, so that like you can see my hands. But if I put like another tripod here, it was going to just be all in the way, like especially where it's at, and the table clamp things that I had, none of them seem to be wanting to clamp where I wanted them to. I mean, this ain't bad for 15 minutes before showtime, but this is not giving me the look I want for my machine camera, even though it highlights the machine beautifully, but you can't see my hands as close as I want you to. All right, so I went ahead and put together my facing piece. What I'm now about to do is just press the seam allowances open. Right, so now we have the facing also. No, yeah, that's right. Okay. All right, so now we're going to take our piece again. And the way that I've already done, remember, I already did the right edge of my facing. For my other edge, what we're going to do is we're going to, on the left edge, we are going to turn in that 5/8 of an inch first, press that in place. Then what you do is allowance on front edge to the left front. Then you turn the edge to outside along inner fold line. So it kind of goes far inside the shirt to find the inner fold line. I've marked all my lines, but also make sure that you have your pattern piece handy so you know exactly where your inner fold line is. And we're going to turn it out on that edge, and then we'll baste. Once we do that, we'll put our facing on, and then we'll turn it again. And I'll show you how that works. So I want to get this part done tonight, and then probably we'll come back tomorrow and finish up the rest. When I don't feel so discombobulated. I'm about to go be an old person and put some liniment on my back. How about that? Do you realize how heavy a surgery is? I didn't. I mean, I knew, but I didn't know until I was up here trying to quickly pull it up, like, bring it upstairs. And I don't have a place where I can just easily, nothing is easy for me just to easily move in my sewing room. So there we go. Push this back a little bit more. And luckily, when you do not have your seam gauge handy, even though it was right under everything I was just looking at, 5/8 of an inch is also basically a centimeter and a half. So also you want to make sure there's those like little drag lines on this part. Woo. So what should I get for dinner? Should I be good and go to the store? Maybe get a lasagna or something? Or do I just want to be fast and get like some chicken wings? All right. So I went ahead and pressed in place my my line or like my seam allowance. So now we are going to take our left front face, and what we are now needing to do is we are now basically needing to, there's this outer line and this inner line. You're going to fold it in along that inner line. Okay. So the way that I have this marked is I have little notches and stuff here on my pattern. So not this closest line, the one more in. And we're going to fold that towards the outside. All right. So now that we have done that, what we're going to do is, ooh, child, I'm up here talking to a camera that ain't near me. Okay. So now that I've gone ahead and pressed this to the outside, I'm going to go ahead and base this in place. 5/8 of the seam allowance. And then we'll start putting on our basing real quick. Now, Shamir, tell, be good. Not so wait a minute, be good or get chicken wings? Which one is it? I mean, I could be good and go just throw some chicken in the air fryer. But I also know I ain't about to do that because I don't feel like it. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Okay. Oh, my back is hurting. So you telling me I need to get chicken wings? Okay. We're going to pray on it. All right. So we have our fronts in place and also both sides. So they've already been kind of based in place towards the back like this. Okay. So now we're going to start pinning in place our facing, matching up our shoulder seams and our dots or our notches and whatnot. I mean, chicken wings do, but I'm like, but ribs sound even better than chicken wings. And after the day I had, I would get a half slab. No, I've never been a lemon pepper person, ever. And we have a lot of places here that love to slather that shit on everything. Now, no, I mean, there's a place, time and place for lemon pepper. But sometimes I just need people to stop it. I don't need lemon pepper on everything all the time. I'm, and that might be a not a controversial feeling, but don't do that to me. Okay, cool. So we're gonna just pin this in place. Lemon pepper. I mean, again, it has its place. I'm not, but people think they be cooking just by putting lemon pepper on it, and I'm like, stop it. Don't do that to me. Don't. Mm-mm. It has its place. I'd rather you use some Creole seasoning or something else than lemon pepper. All right. So, about to go ahead and sew in my this, or sew in my facing. 5/8 inch seam allowance, regular 2.5 stitch length. And just using a straight stitch. And if you've sewn in any facing, this is where this is coming in at. And I know that's like, part of the millennial black heart is lemon pepper, but don't do that to me. Same way, don't chicken Alfredo me to death. And everything don't need an Alfredo sauce to it either. I don't need no oxtail Alfredo. Also, I need y'all to, like, what happened to us gatekeeping oxtails? There used to be a time that, you know, not everybody was gonna get oxtails everywhere they went. It don't need to be in every type of cuisine. But that's okay. Before you know it, they're gonna be knowing about turkey necks. Or what's funny is that nobody really knows about what, like, one of my favorite meats is lengua, or tongue, like beef tongue. You're talking about like tenderness when done right, tenderness, flavor, all that good stuff. But not everybody ready to have that conversation. I mean, there is a spot I can get my oxtails from tonight. But if I'd rather get goat. You know, I'm a goat person. I love some goat. I love some goat. Okay. So we've done this. They do. Again, I don't mind brown people eating other pieces like that type of meat. But when I'm seeing everybody else eat every type of oxtail, not oxtail, $50,000 a pound. I love like a good beef tongue torta. Oh, I know. That's where I learned it from. Beef tongue torta, beef tongue burritos. It's not the biggest thing is like either you boil it or something like that. You just got to make sure that you're pulling off all the skin to get to the actual meat of the tongue. But I think you boil it first, and then you can like um, do other types of preparations. But you got to boil it. Come on, goat. I love me some goat. Goat curry goat has my heart. But again, this is what happens. Yes, I did lose a lot of weight, but I'm still a little fat on the inside. Just saying. So I'm going ahead because, we want to make sure that this turns easily. So I'm going ahead and clipping Brooklyn. Come on now. You already know. It's too much because you're hungry. Or are you vegan too? Okay. So I went ahead and did all of my clipping on the inside. But before we turn this out, what I'm also going to go ahead and do is turn that left edge again on that inner line. The way that I know where that inner line is for me is that I've already I went ahead and marked it at the top already. Come on, grill goat. Yes. Okay. So again, we folded it originally on that inner fold line, and there's two outer fold lines. When you fold it on the inner fold line, that outer fold line basically should be together. So now what you can do is you can go ahead and easily find um, that outer fold line, fold it again on that line, and you're gonna sew it again, 5/8 of an inch. Oh, all the things you don't eat. Well, that just means more for us. Praise the Lord. So I've only had like deer once. I need to try deer again. Same way, like, so I've always heard of stories, especially like country churches and something like that. They would have these real, like, almost call them roadkill dinners, but they would sell it like where people will buy, like, you can get possum stew, you can get coon, you can get everything as a meal that people normally do not cook. And literally, for certain churches, that was their fundraiser for the year. Okay, there it is. So now, so just so that y'all can see what I just did. So remember, all of this is sewn together. So what you basically do before you fold it on your inner fold line, you base that in place, you put on your facing, then you fold it on your outer fold line, and you base it like you stitch it again over everything. Now what you do? So basically it's like an accordion pleat in your left facing. You then turn that all out, and all of this gets turned to the inside. Okay. So that from the outside, this is what it's going to look like from the outside. But you have your outside placket, and then you also have your inside placket, and it's finished. But I believe in country food. It's Black History Month, and let's be real. That the food, that was the things that the others rejected. As they said, the stone that the maker rejected becomes a cornerstone. We survive for reasons. What I am going to do, I'm going to give this a quick press just so that y'all can see what this is going to look like. And then we're going to wrap it up for the evening. But let me tell you, that's something like, especially like those type of meals, cone, possum, and stuff like that. A good Appalachian family, I'll show enough what to eat it from there. I believe they could. I believe they will be able to do that well. I mean, if their house is clean, that's for anybody's food. Okay. So now we are finishing up on these last, just so we can see what this looks like pressed, and I will show you on my dress form in preparation for tomorrow. All right. All right. So this is what we will. Oh shit! I don't know what y'all see. Hold on. There you go. So this is kind of what we're getting to for this shirt. So what inspired this shirt design is a pattern by a former black designer. His name is Willie Smith. He had a streetwear brand called Willie Wear. So this is his original pattern that I literally have bought and have held for years, knowing that I wanted to make one for myself. I thought it was very interesting, giving very much a woven t-shirt vibe. This pattern came out in 1983. Willie Ware was one of the first kind of designers at the time who had both like a men and women's wear sportswear brand. And he had been doing, yeah, this is Restream. He had been doing patterns for um, like McCall's and stuff like that for about 10 years before he came out with his own line. And which was very, very successful throughout the 70s and 80s. Um, so that is where um, that comes from. But y'all, I want to say thank y'all so much for joining me. But my back is saying, sit your ass down. So we're going to do that. Again, we pivot as needed. And I think this was a good pivot. And I don't mind the space. I think this is going to work out. But again, thank you so much for joining me today. Getting the start of KnowMe 2113 together. I am really excited about where this pattern is going. And I hope I will complete it tomorrow. That's my plan. I just need to sit down for a bit today. But we got a good portion of it done. So we got the pockets done. We got the facing on and the body together. So now basically it is some top stitching, buttonholes, sleeves, cuffs, and hemming. So like the rest of it, all the main stuff is done today. So hopefully my plan is I will be on tomorrow at around 5:30 Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, on Twitch, and on TikTok. Okay. So until next time, y'all, thank y'all so much for joining me. I'm sure somebody might be doing a benediction on one of the many platforms that we are now on because what? BSN, which is a place that really expresses Black joy through the art of sewing and creating, we everywhere. So it could be on Clapper, it could be on TikTok, it could be on Twitch, it could be on Lord knows where they're gonna be, but they're gonna be somewhere, I'm sure. Check out like Raquel of Chow. I can't remember people's names right now. Coco, somebody, Will, y'all, they will make a post of where they go. But again, thank y'all so much for joining me. And until next time, y'all, make sure that y'all having a wonderful week. Stay blessed, stay creative. Bye, everyone.